Hey, this is Jason at One Hit Wonder Paint, ohwpaint.com. Today I just want to quickly go through something with you guys on paint viscosity, the proper temperatures, and to store it at, and also how temperature affects the paint. We send it out of our shop in Georgia ready to spray. Unfortunately, the warmer the paint gets, the thinner it gets. So we actually can this for the thinnest possible case scenario. But in the winter time, and I know it's starting to get winter where some of you guys are right now, the paint will start to thicken up slightly. And this is just due to the structure of the paint, and it just gradually tends to pull in on itself. So I want to just show you guys what you need to look for when you're opening your can of paint and getting ready to spray. Also bear in mind that, throughout the course of a couple of months while you guys are opening these cans up and, you're painting and then pouring it back in, the reducers actually evaporate off into the air, which actually thickens the paint up naturally anyway. So it's always a good idea to have some lacquer thinner or urethane reducer on hand so that you can just add a bit to the can just to get it to the right spraying consistency. So what I've got here, this is a thick version of the red that we use, and you can see when it comes off, it's about the consistency of a cream. You see, it's kind of thick. It coats very, very heavy on the on the mix stick. And this is one which is the proper consistency, and we like to say it needs to be somewhere around the consistency of skimmed milk. So you can see how it runs off much, much finer. And if I hold them together, you can see the one on your right, the thin one, is actually dripping, where the one on the right, your left, is actually a much thicker drip, and in fact a stream when I first bring it out, and you can see the difference. So, and you can see how it coats. You can see that this is the thin one is actually already starting to dry on the stick, and this thicker one is just still very, very glossy. And this will of course help when you're painting with it at the right consistency, the skim milk consistency. You will find that the solvents will evaporate much faster off the part, and the part will dry in basically 5 to 10 minutes in between coats. As it goes on really thick, if it's cold or if the can's been opened and closed a lot, that's going to slow down your drying time, and it's going to also make you spray too much paint on because it's landing in a much heavier density. So that's it. Just something to remember as we're coming up to the winter now. Just make sure that when you pour it out, you get you get familiar with what it looks like coming out of the can and into the gun. Once it's in the gun, if you still think it's a bit too thick, just add a splash of reducer at a time until it gets down to that skim milk consistency, and you'll find that your painting is going to be a lot more successful. So that's it. Jason at ohwpaint.com, and we will see you next time.